Yo, what's going on, folks? It's Crave Duelist here. Back, another deck profile, of course. Now, there's a few decks that I've been working on. I don't have them all completed, but I will try and get them completed within the weeks. But today, I've managed to finish this deck finally. It was the extra deck that was mainly causing me the problems because this is a bunch of link monsters. But anyway, today I'm here to showcase my elemental sabers with some elemental lords, of course, mixed into it. But I'll go ahead and go over my build and give you my card choices as well. So let's begin. So starting off with the monster lineup, of course. Got the triple elemental saber, Lapolia, mana. Basically, he's pretty decent. He has a nice effect where you can basically discard two elemental. You can send any monster, any two other monsters from your hand. And depending on the attributes that were sent, he gains the bullet pointed effects. So if it's an earth or wind, he can't die by battle. If it's water or fire, he can't die by card effects. Or light or dark, he can't be targeted. So pretty good. I must say, I definitely play at 3. Works really well with the field spell because then it helps you get the correct elemental saber monsters in the grave. So then you can get the correct numbers and then summon out your the Dark Arm Dragon. So that's definitely a must. Then there's triple elemental saber Makani, I think it's weird name, but he's your searcher. You basically pitch an elemental saber monster from your hand, and then you get to search for any elemental saber or elemental lord monster from your deck. Very important. Triple Aina. Aina is basically a monster reborn. It's like a wolf bark. By pitching a elemental saber monster, you basically get to summon out a elemental lord from the graveyard, or a elemental saber monster. But she ignores the summoning condition, I believe. But it does she? No, she doesn't. My bad. You have to properly summon them first. But after it's been properly summoned and say it leaves the field, you can still bring it back. Ignoring the summoning condition. So that's when you can use it. And otherwise, if you haven't met the conditions for the elemental lord monster, you can't get it back. Then we got triple Lapolia, not in its mana form. Just there's a light target. It's good because it can negate stuff. So it's good against spells and traps or going first. Pretty nice. Then got the double Milo. Milo is just your foolish burial. Helps to get the elementals engraved, so you can set you up for your boss monster plays. And then a double Moliu, or Molihu. Weird pronunciation, but he hasn't. His effect's not that super great, but he can manipulate the battle position and make a monster go face down. But usually I always send him off because he's just a dark arm target, of course, being a dark attribute. And the last elemental saber play is Nalu. Nalu is basically a warrior returning alive as long as you pitch an elemental monster from your hand. And then for the elemental lord, the only one I play is the light one, the Fosorage. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, these are exactly 5 light targets, and then it nukes all monsters on the field. But you can play other copies if you want, but one is just enough for me. That's going to round up the elemental lineup. A lot of monsters. Then for the other stuff, triple Dark Arm Dragon, of course. Very, very important to play at 3. And then double Blackluster Soldier. And then for the hand traps, I do play the triple Veiler. There should be a third Veiler, but yeah, I play double Veiler. I hope it's not stuck to one of my cards, but yeah, I think I play 2 or 3 Veilers in this build, purely because Veiler is light and it's a negation, of course, and it doesn't mess up your numbers, because if you have Blackluster, you just banish the Veilers and it's not a problem. That's going to run up that lineup. Spells pretty simple. I play triple Palace. Palace amps all your monsters' attack and defense by 200 for each different attribute in your grave, and then it allows you to search for any elemental saber or elemental saber monster from your deck. What sucks is that it skips your battle phase for the next turn, so you can only I recommend using that effect if you know you're going to push for game in the first turn or second turn or whatever. That's the only drawback I don't like. And then of course the best effect is also being able to so say the elemental monsters, like how you have to pitch for their effects. Instead of pitching, you can send the targets from deck to grave, so that helps to get the correct numbers in the grave, of course. Then I got triple Chaos Space. Shoutouts to Dark Arm Duelist. This is like the most spiciest tech ever. I don't know how I didn't think about this, but yeah, this is so good. Makes elemental lords a little more consistent, so you can search for any of the search for your boss monsters very easily. I do play double desires on terraforming, card destruction, reinforcement, burial, just to recycle back our elementals that are banished, and of course the same reasoning with acquisitiveness and one Regeki. And the traps, I only have 2 elemental training, but 3 is definitely a must if you want to maximize being able to just cycle through elementals. And you can play Metaverse, but I don't have it. That's going to round up the main deck. If it's 39 cards, it's supposed to be 40 because I think there's another Veiler that's supposed to be in here. But anyway, links: 1 5-headed, Borreload, Saryuja. This is just standard stuff. Topologic. 1 Decode Talker, 1 Power Code Talker, 1 Gaia Saber, double Barricade Borg Blocker. This card is so good because it helps you recycle your field spell if it ever gets destroyed. 1 Taker, 1 Pen Test Tag, Nightmare Package, but I don't have a Unicore. You can play Unicore. 1 Proxy, and then of course the 1 Salaman Great Monster. Alright, that's going to round up the main deck, extra deck, and the whole profile. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Any suggestions, just leave it down in the section. I will be uploading another profile soon. Just got to finish the decks off. But yes, signing out. Peace.